Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Third Act Adventures. My name is Malika and I am 54 years old. And 6 months ago, I left my C-suite job that I had been building towards for decades. And I can honestly say 6 months after that big transition, I have never been happier. And I want to share a little bit with you all about why. So for the decades leading up into this year, I had been working my way up the corporate ladder like so many people in this country. I had position after position that led and built me to a place where I was running a successful mid-sized company. I had a lot of great respect and power and authority and responsibility and financial stability. I'd done the thing that we're supposed to do, right? That we're told that we should be reaching towards. And I thought I was happy. I thought I was doing what I wanted. And then I had some cold water thrown in my face, and I found out that I really wasn't. I didn't realize that the short-temperedness that my family noticed, the lack of sleep, the stress that I was carrying in my shoulders, my head, my neck, was all tied to me really actually not being happy, certainly not being fulfilled, and certainly not focusing on what I needed. So thanks to my husband being the first person to call it out, I was able to stop and pause and think, am I really happy? Is this what I want to be doing? Is this where I want to be until I quote unquote retire at 65 or 67 or whatever it was going to be? And the answer I came to was pretty quickly no, because I realized that I was not living a life that was serving me, and then ultimately wasn't serving the people around me too. I still have 2 kids at home who need me. They're going to be leaving the nest soon. And what is that going to look like? Where am I going to be when I reach that point? So I came to the decision, fortunately, with the support of an incredible spouse who backed me with whatever I wanted to do. But I made the decision that I was going to leave. And so about 8 months ago, I gave notice. And I was also really supported by my company. They could not have been kinder. And that also helped with the transition of figuring out what I was going to do next, because I still needed an income. I still supporting 2 children and still have, a mortgage and all those things to take care of. And so then it was a matter of figuring out, okay, what does that look like next? And so for me, I did take the time to pause and really think about what I wanted to be doing next and what I didn't want to be doing next. And I can tell you the stuff that I did not want to do came up so quickly, because the thing that I knew that I did not want to do anymore, and this was kind of a sad realization for me, but I realized I didn't want to manage people anymore. And that was weird, because I tell you, that was one of the things I loved most about my job. I love helping people. I love advocating for people. I love helping people to grow, to be more successful. But I couldn't do it anymore, because all of that had been taking up so much of my space and time. And I thought more about other people's needs and what there was going on wrong for them or right for them or where they need to go. I thought about all of that more than I did for me or my own kids or my own husband. And that is just unacceptable. So I knew that for my betterment, and if I was going to be successful in life moving forward, I needed to, at least for now, not manage people. The other thing I realized is I don't think that I can work for somebody else again. I had reached a point in my career where I was reaching the top of the chain, and I don't think that I can go back to not being in that kind of situation. And so the only way to do that was to start my own business, which sounds incredibly scary, but it felt like it was the only thing that I could do for me. So that was my next step. I had to just completely start it all over again at sort of a ripe age of 54. And so after I left my job in June, I, sat on the couch for about a month. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was tired. I was tired, y'all. I was tired. So I took the rest that I needed. And you know what? I did not feel any guilt about it because I had spent more than 30 years working my butt off. And so for me to take 2, 3, 4 weeks to just not worry about what I was going to be doing next, maybe, do the dishes, that's what I was going to do. And that's what I did do. But being me, I could not completely turn it off. So when I was sitting there watching TV, I was still also at the same time thinking about, okay, what do I need to do to get my business started? What things do I need to have in place? So lists were being built and ideas were forming. And the thing that I knew about me is, like I said, I love helping people. I didn't want to manage people anymore, but I want to help people. And it is the thing that fills me up. And so I also had spent a lot of time in my career working with Gallup's Clifton Strengths. And it is some part of my job that lit me up whenever I got a chance to participate in anything related to that. So that helped me to form the decision to become a certified strengths coach. And that's what I did. So shortly after I ended my C-suite job, I went and I got trained and became a Gallup certified strengths coach. And that felt like a really good next step for me. It wasn't that I was ready with a whole slew of clients, but that didn't matter because it gave me the purpose that I needed to move forward. And I know that there are other people who are facing this situation that maybe they didn't do it by choice, but they're still in the same situation. And I feel like my story is a testament to you can do it, you can start over. And I haven't necessarily become this big success with my coaching career, but what I can tell you and what does feel like a success is that I can breathe again, that I am thinking again, that I have space in my brain to be creative and to listen to what my kids are doing and to participate in what they're doing, hear about my husband's life, and that my brain is filled with the things that we need and not a bunch of things that are primarily about people that are not in my household. And so these last few months haven't been easy to get to this place, but it is a start, and I am truly transitioning and building something new for me that is going to serve me as I move into this next act in my life. And why I created this channel was so that I could maybe share something that would resonate with somebody else who might be in a similar place. Maybe you are also somebody who has done all the things that you thought you were supposed to do and you're still not feeling fulfilled, or you're exhausted, or your brain just can't take that anymore, or you want to just do something that feels like it would just be nice and make you feel better and feel happier, but you feel like you can't because you're supposed to be doing what you are doing. Or maybe you weren't given the choice. Maybe, in this interesting time that we're in 2025, your options were taken away from you and you're having to start over because you were forced into that. Maybe something that I tell about myself and my experience will resonate with you as well. And I'm curious about other people. So I built this channel because I want to not only be able to share my story, but hear about other people's story, maybe build some community around this, because I think that there are a lot of us who are in a similar situation, whether you're of the same age as me, whether you're of this gender, as the same gender as me, whether you are just at this point in life where you need to make a transition and do something different. I think there's some stories to tell and we can support and help each other. So I'm here to do that. So if any of this resonated with you, or you want to hear more about what it's been like for me to start over, because I definitely want to share what these last 6 months have looked like, and along the way, what is coming up for me as I embark on a full year of this new transition, this new life. I definitely would love for you to join me along the way. So if you liked what you heard here, please give me a like. If you want to hear more as I share more about how things have been going and how they're going to be going in the future, then please do subscribe. Either way, thanks for listening. If you've gotten to this point in this video, I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again as I tell you more about my third act. Thank you. Bye.